Like I say, it was that hell right here on earth. Pure hell right here on earth, man.
Johnny Pinchback spent 27 years behind bars for a crime he didn't commit. Pinchback was convicted of aggravated sexual assault and sentenced to 99 years in prison.
Man, it is very hurtful, very painful. A whole bunch of guys that were sent there for rape, crimes, and child molestation that couldn't defend themselves, they were raped themselves, beat up and raped themselves.
Thanks to DNA evidence in the Texas Innocence Project, Pinchback has been a free man for 11 years, but says his readjustment into society has been its own challenge.
I was lost, man, when I got out. It was a shock, man. It was a cultural shock.
Your body is not supposed to be in fight or flight all the time. And yet that's what essentially happens when you're incarcerated.
Dr. Chantal Fahmy is a professor at the University of Texas San Antonio and has spent her career studying the formerly incarcerated.
Their education really hasn't changed all that much, so it's not like they're attaining these jobs that they weren't able to get prior. They're ineligible for a lot of forms of public assistance, like welfare. They're alienated from mainstream life. Period.
A study from the University of Chicago compares the mental toll of being wrongfully imprisoned to the anguish suffered by military veterans and torture survivors. Researchers say those who are exonerated suffer from things like severe PTSD, persistent personality changes, and complex feelings of loss.
Brian is coming through the door now.
Fahmy says the resources specifically for exonerees is very limited, but for anyone leaving prison, family support can have a major impact.
When you have a solid support system in both of those ways, whether it's from family or whether it's from friends, your mental health is better.
Anna Vasquez spent 13 years behind bars for a crime that never even happened.
My attorney said that I would lose. Nobody wants to go against a child.
Vasquez and 3 other women were charged with gang raping 2 children, and their story was featured in the documentary Southwest of Salem. Ultimately, their conviction was thrown out due to inaccurate scientific testimony and an admission by the accuser that her father forced her to make false allegations. She now serves as the director of outreach for the Innocence Project for Texas and says she hopes she can be that resource for people in her position.
It brings them some comfort. When I speak to them, it's not coming from an attorney or a paralegal. It is somebody that has actually been there.
As technology has advanced, exonerations have become more common. According to the National Registry of Exonerations, more than 3,000 people have been wrongly convicted and ultimately exonerated since 1989, amounting to some 25,000 years lost behind bars.
Jamal, I'm still a work in progress. Actually, yesterday was my brother's, I guess, death anniversary. I don't know how you would say that, but it makes me mad when I think about, I only had 2 years with him. Anger. It's anger, frustration. Unbelievable that something like this could happen.
Those 3,000 people who have now been exonerated are also reintegrating into society while dealing with unimaginable trauma and potential mental health challenges.
Talking about your feelings or your emotions in prison was not to be done. You hid under a cover and you cried. The way that I coped with it was I was hopeful, but I will not tell you that I didn't have my bad days. Was depressed, but I always seemed to pick myself up, Jamal.
Both Pinchback and Vasquez regularly tell their story to law students with the goal of making that story less common.
That's my job. It's my job until I die, man. I can't do it no more. It's my job.